I am doing good and ready for the job tonight.
All right. I'm really looking forward to which is which, and of course, just to hear all those interesting pronunciations, Willis. Just stay put and also follow the news, Willis.
Okay, that is great. And I also expect people to do something in terms of testing their tongues with a word that we have right now. And that is exactly the word. I won't pronounce it, Betty, because we want people to test their tongues.
All right, thank you so much, Willis. Looking forward to that. Maybe I can just try conglomeration, but we'll hear from you later on. And on our guest interview, we have the flamboyant artist, KRG The Dawn. We will be having a great conversation during the show. Many questions will be asked, but overall, just some great vibes. Of course, he's going to be joining us in just a few minutes. We just have to start with the news first. But of course, also we have our guest anchor segment. And let me tell you, there's this guy called Benawama Lines, a really funny character with the weirdest Kamba accent. Looking forward to that. Let's begin the show with the highlights. Gatundu South Member of Parliament Gabriel Kagombe to spend the night at the Kamukunji police station after he was arrested on murder charges. Chaos and confusion rock UDA elections in Nairobi as Governor Sakaja takes lead against his main rival James Gakuya on a day the ruling party postponed the polls in West Pokot.
Sisi hakuna uchaguzi, na kwa koti hakuna uchaguzi, na kwa chama hakuna uchaguzi.
Hiyo tuktuk ama hiyo gari ya small passengers iliweza kugongwa na nyuma na iliweza kubingirika mara kadhaa.
4 people perished in a road accident involving a bus and a tuk-tuk that occurred along the Thika-Garissa highway at Makongeni area in Thika town.
Wale ambao walikuwa ndani hakuna mtu ambaye aliweza kuokolewa.
All right, let's begin with the news. Now, tonight, Gatundu South Member of Parliament Gabriel Kagombe will be spending the night in police cells following his arrest by DCI's homicide detectives. Kagombe was arrested from his hideout within Kilaleshwa after a week manhunt. Detectives say the legislator will be detained at Kamukunji police station until Tuesday when he will be presented in court. Gabriel Kagombe is facing murder charges for the fatal shooting of David Ndwati within Thika in Kiambu County on the 17th of May. Ruga Eval has the details.
When the Director of Public Prosecution Renson Ingonga okayed the prosecution of Gatundu South MP Gabriel Kagombe for the offense of murder, homicide detectives swung into action. The legislator was immediately arrested while at a hideout within Kileleshwa in Nairobi County, investigators taking him to the DCI headquarters for a brief interrogation and fingerprint documentation. Detectives at the DCI revealing that the first-time lawmaker will face murder charges on Monday. Kagombe is accused to have fatally injured David Ndwati on the 17th of May the year 2024 during a political confrontation in Thika, Kiambu County. His arrest coming after an arrest warrant was issued by a Kiambu High Court on Friday evening. Kagombe's wounds began following a viral video where he was seemingly captured using his firearm to discharge 2 bullets that are said to have fatally wounded 1 man and left another nursing serious injuries. Police say the force used in the incident was unwarranted. This incident occurred amidst turmoil during the launch of a modern market for Thika town residents. The chaos involved supporters of politicians MP Alice Nganga and Kamenu MCA Pitamburu. The chaotic scene resulted in the tragic death of 26-year-old David Ndwati, while another victim, Anthony Kamau, continues to fight for his life at the Kenyatta National Hospital. Last week, residents of Thika town took to the streets in protest demanding justice for the deceased. It was during the same time Thika town MP Alice Nganga and Gatundu North MP Elijah Njoroge Kururia were summoned and grilled by homicide detectives to shed light on the circumstances of the unfortunate scenes witnessed on the fateful day. The firearm use is undergoing ballistic examination at the DCI Forensic Lab and his license remained revoked. Kagombe is slated to remain in custody at Kamukunji police station until Monday when he will face murder charges among other charges preferred by the detectives. Kagombe is not the first legislator to get involved in such tragic gunfights. The family of David Ndwati is only hopeful that justice will prevail. Ruga Eval, TV47.
To some devastating news, 4 people perished in a tragic carnage involving a bus and a tuk-tuk that occurred along the Thika-Garissa highway at Makongeni area in Thika town today afternoon. Now, the 2 women, a 10-year-old boy, and the tuk-tuk driver were crushed to death by the Ukambani-bound bus. Eyewitnesses recounted that both the bus and the tuk-tuk were heading in the same direction. The speeding bus hit the tuk-tuk from behind as it was trying to overtake it, causing it to roll and then crash. They said that the bus driver fled the scene to avoid the wrath of locals who were milling around the scene. The locals, led by Matthew Ngugi, decried that the stretch is slowly becoming a black spot, noting that in the past 1 week, 7 people have been killed in tragic accidents along the area. They petitioned the government through the Kenya National Highways Authority to erect speed bumps and a footbridge in the area so as to reduce carnage and end loss of innocent lives on that road.
Hiyo tuk-tuk ama hiyo gari ya small passengers iliweza kugongwa na nyuma na iliweza kubingirika mara kadhaa kutoka mahali iligongewa mpaka mahali kuja kusimamia. Ilikuwa imevunjavunjwa zaidi, na hivyo wale ambao walikuwa ndani hakuna mtu ambaye aliweza kuokolewa akiwa uhai. Iliweza kupoteza maisha ya watu 4, na hiyo sio kisa ya kwanza katika maeneo haya.
Saa yote inakuwa top. Sio ati gia kwanza ama pili, ni top gear. Kuanzia huko inakuja kiteremuka kuelekea upande wa Ukambani. Hiyo ndio ile dangerous, manake wewe mwenye kwenda na mguu kwenda kufuka na hii gari iko 60 ama 80 inakuwa tabu. Hapo ndio inagongea watu hapa na pale kifurini. Kwa hivyo tungeomba serikali iweke pump, sio moja, ningi. Ndio gari ikifikia hapa iwe iko slow kwa namba 2. Gari ikiwa hata ile yako ikiwa kwa namba 2 ni shida sana kugonga mtu.
To some politics now. Chaos and confusion rocked UDA party constituency elections in Starehe and Dagoretti South constituencies here in Nairobi after Governor Johnson Sakaja and Embakasi North Member of Parliament James Gakuya factions clashed during the exercise. Well, this is after the 2 factions claimed rigging, with the latest reports showing Governor Sakaja has taken a firm lead. And as Apollo Kamau reports, the UDA Party National Elections Board has now suspended the poll in Starehe constituency and in West Pokot over chaos.
Starehe and Dagoretti South constituencies in Nairobi turned into a theatre of chaos after supporters of Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja clashed with those of his main rival in the UDA chairmanship race, Embakasi North MP James Gakuya. In the wake of the Starehe chaos, the UDA Party National Elections Board has suspended the exercise until next Saturday at the Hustler Center in Nairobi. Latest results show Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja has taken a firm lead after bagging 240 out of 340 delegates.
And I want to ask IG Kome, police officers in civilian ndio wanakuja kuvote hapa Starehe. Sakaja amevuruga bunge, amekuja tena amevuruga Starehe. It is the high time aitikie Nairobi and especially UDA members wamesema enough is enough.
We want to condemn the violence that has taken place. There's so many people who have gone to the hospital because of that. Please take action. Please take action. If whatever the party is going to decide, we are ready. We have the numbers. We had the numbers today. By the time the portal was closing, our lineup had taken all the positions.
In Dagoretti South constituency, area MP John Kerry was declared victor of the poll as UDA chairman, while his Embakasi North counterpart James Gakuya now has a green light to face off with Governor Sakaja in next week's county elections.
Na hii iwe onyo, na iwe ilani kwa huyo ambaye anafikiria ataketi kwenye kiti cha county kuja kuvuruga na kugawanya na
Tension was high in West Pokot, where fierce rivalry between Governor Simon Kachapin and his rivals Senator Julius Murgo and Kapenguri MP Samuel Moroto forced UDA National Elections Board to push the election to Saturday.
Kwa sisi hakuna uchaguzi, na kwa koti hakuna uchaguzi, na kwa chama hakuna uchaguzi.
This election is not just about UDA putting its house in order, but a supremacy contest here in the city between Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja, Embakasi North MP James Gakuya and their backers, as infighting continues to haunt the UDA party. Apul Kamau, TV47 in Embakasi, Nairobi.
Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka has slammed President William Ruto over the luxurious chartered plane he used during the recent official visit to the United States. Kalonzo says Chapter 6 of the Constitution doesn't allow the head of state to receive such gifts without disclosure.
Just a day after Ruto disclosed that the chartered plane he used to travel to the US cost the taxpayers less than 10 million shillings.
I am not a madman. When I was told the cheapest plane was 70 million, I told my office, go book Kenya Airways.
Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka has raised very pertinent questions on the motive behind the friends who President Ruto said gifted him the luxurious private Boeing business jet he used during his visit to the US. Kalonzo insisting that according to Chapter 6 of the Constitution, President shouldn't receive such gifts without disclosure.
And then when they give you a royal jet to fly across the Atlantic, what is their interest? By the way, if you get any gift and you're a state officer, ni lazima kwanza hiyo itambulishwe. Useme hii, in fact you should give it to the speaker if you're a member of parliament. So these are some of the basics. And this is a current issue. The church pray for national integrity. A head of state must carry the dignity. You cannot. We will say, do not, next time William Ruto, ukipatiwa zawadi ya ndege, sema no, fly Kenya Airways. I'll give you some respect.
Father Kalonzo says that it is Kenya Kwanza government responsibility to ensure the pride of Africa in Kenya Airways is restored and not running it down, slamming the number one in command for the Finance Bill 2024-2025 for what he says it remains a burden to the dilapidated economy.
For William Ruto, so it doesn't take us to the ditch. If we are hit by a terrorist bomb because we are seen to be a pawn of one major state or a major world power, we'll hold Kenya Kwanza to account.
The conversation surrounding the cost of hiring this private jet, Boeing 737-700, owned by Royal Jet Company in Dubai, continues to raise brows and seemingly not ending anytime soon. And regarding the extravagant nature of the president's state visit to the United States of America, though the government insists it's not taxpayers' money. Elizabeth Mutuko, TV47, Nairobi.
Magarini Member of Parliament Harrison Garamakombe has become the first elected official in the 2022 general election to have his election win nullified by the court. This is after the Supreme Court sided with the High Court and the Court of Appeal that his election was marred by irregularities. Emery Kisewa has more.
Harrison Garamakombe has been through a lot in his political career. His story with the Magarini parliamentary seat began in 2002 when he secured the seat but lost it to Amason Kingi in the 2007 elections. Almost like a seesaw, he then again reclaimed the seat in 2013 but lost in 2017. 2022, with everything seemingly on the line, he won the seat, albeit with a measly 21 votes. Now the pattern has seemingly been broken ahead of schedule after the Supreme Court upheld the Malindi High Court's decision, backed up by the Court of Appeal, to annul his slight victory. His opponent UDA Stanley Kenga's petition alleged widespread irregularities abuses, fraud and illegalities, which he claimed undermined the integrity of the election. These included the denial of his agents' access to polling stations, falsification of statutory declaration forms, vote padding, and other election offences. Supreme Court Justices Smokin Wanjala, Njoki Ndongo, and Mohamed Ibrahim on Friday shall declare the seat of the member of the National Assembly for Magarini constituency vacant and proceed to conduct a by-election in accordance with the law. Kombe becomes the first MP to have his election nullified in totality in the 13th Parliament. Kisewa Emory, TV47.
Preparations have been completed in County 39 Bungoma, which will play host to this year's Madaraka Day celebrations. Our reporter Sheila Chelangat is in Bungoma and now reports.
Greetings, Betty, from County 039, Bungoma County, that is playing host to this year's Madaraka Day celebrations. Earlier on, we were able to witness the last rehearsals and final preparations. Take a look at this file footage.
About 15,000 guests are to be hosted here at the Masinde Muliro Stadium in Bungoma County for the 61st Madaraka Day celebrations in commemoration of Kenya's 61 years of self-rule, and it's all systems go as the final preparations were done today. Children clad in the country's national flag colors rehearsing their pieces one last time. As residents of County number 39 all watching in amazement the last day preps, many here very appreciative of the infrastructural developments that have come with the privilege of hosting the celebrations.
You make sure that our people don't struggle. Make sure you have organized everybody there so that the entry into the stadium is peaceful. We don't want anybody to be injured.
This stadium that has cost about 900 million, now almost complete, about 21 kilometers of road also done, and the Matulu airstrip rehabilitated.
The phase 2, which covers terraces, perimeter fences, and access passes, is also almost complete, with only roofing left at a cost of 790 million. The total rehabilitation and fencing of Masinde Muliro, not Masinde Muliro, Maturo airstrip at a cost of 139 million, which included the rehabilitation and fencing.
This year's celebration theme focuses on agriculture and food security. President William Ruto is expected to lead the country in the celebration.
Right, as you've heard, about 15,000 people will be expected at this venue. Right at about this time, the security in this area has been heightened as we wait for the celebrations tomorrow. Trust TV47 to bring you the in-depth coverage of this live event as early as 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. From me in Bungoma County, it's good night.
All right, thank you so much, Sheila. Looking forward to that coverage tomorrow. Now, every name, be it human, an animal, or a certain place, has its meaning. And as the nation celebrates the 61st Madaraka Day on Saturday, our reporter Wanji Sostin, based in Bungoma County, has interacted with the residents to find out the origin of the name Bungoma. And of course, their expectations for tomorrow, even as arguably a sleepy town has received a facelift. Take a look.
The name Bungoma was derived from the word Engoma, a Kibokusu word meaning drum. In the past, this town was a meeting place for the elders of Bukusu. The sound of the drum would emanate from that area as a meeting place, so it was eventually called Bungoma. Another version says that a long time ago, the area was owned by the Bungomek, a clan of the Sabaoti community who were later expelled by the Bukusu, but the name Bungoma, in reference to their work, remained. We had the opportunity to speak with the elder Isaac Misiko, giving us a summary of the history of the name Bungoma.
Tuna mzee mmoja 1800 alikuwa anaitwa Bungoma, alikuwa anatengeneza ngoma. Na hizi ngoma alikuwa anatengeneza za kutengeneza mambo ya harusi, mambo ya vita. Akipika ngoma hiyo inamaanisha hivyo. Sasa alikuwa anatengenezea hapa Bungoma, hapa Karerwa hapa. Wakati mzungu alikuja 1910 hapo, alafu akaona tu hapo ni mahali wanaweza weka station. Hapo ndio wakaweka station na ukahamisa huyo mzee Bungoma mpaka kule Ndengerwa.
Bungoma County has 9 constituencies with the Bukusu, Sabaot, Tachoni, Batura and Teso being the ones that have the largest population in this area. Sugarcane and maize farming is practiced in this area. Bungoma County has more than 1.6 million people according to the 2019 population statistics, and since the devolution, there have been 2 governors. The current governor, Kenneth Lusaka, leading the first term before returning in 2022. His colleague, Wycliffe Wangamati, leading from 2017 to 2022. Bungoma County has entered the history of Kenya as one of the places where the national celebration has ever been held.
Kwa upande wa kilimo, akija lazima aelewe kwamba sisi ni wakulima.
Mimi nimeshukuru kwa sababu inaenda kunipea mafanikio makubwa nikiwa kama hustler wa Kandoi.
We started seeing a lot of business coming in concerning Madaraka. In terms of accommodation, I can say Bungoma is now very nice.
Although there is a lot that has been done for these celebrations, there are some areas where the residents feel left behind as they fear that unfinished projects will be neglected after the celebration.
Tusiwe tu ati tuko kwa serikali alafu sisi kama wanabodaboda tunaumia, mara wanasema sijui tuko namba 3. Namba 3 vitu gani? Tunataka watusaidie, watuwekee barabara lami.
Wanji Sostin, TV47, Bungoma.
Interesting. Thank you so much, Wanji, for that very interesting highlight. All right, now Kenya joins the world on Sunday in marking Cancer Survivors Day with the rallying call that a cancer diagnosis is not a death sentence. World Cancer Survivors Day is marked globally to celebrate those who have been diagnosed with cancer and successfully battled through the treatment and now are declared cancer-free. Chichi Josephine has the details.
Hope alive, you will live.
The strength to endure the long and sickly journeys individuals like Jane Francis have had to endure, even as they continue to fight cancer, is nothing short of inspiring.
I am a 10-year cancer survivor. I'm so happy to be celebrating 10 years of cancer survivorship, and it has really made me believe that cancer is not a death sentence. I was diagnosed in 2014 with a very rare type of breast cancer. It's called triple-negative breast cancer, and it is very aggressive. And it was diagnosed as stage 3B.
I lived a very healthy life for over 45 years, going to 50 years. And then 16 years ago, I was given that bill that said I have cancer. Later on, to be described as throat cancer in a layman's language. I went through the conventional treatment, 33 radiotherapy sessions.
And today, the National Cancer Institute of Kenya, NCIK, in partnership with Kenya Network of Organization KENCO, hosted cancer survivors in a festival and celebration at KNH grounds.
We are here today to celebrate one of our most important days in cancer space, the World Cancer Survivors Day.
The National Cancer Institute CEO Dr. Elias Meli stating the measures the organization has taken to ensure early detection of the disease, which is the third leading cause of death in Kenya.
Most of our patients are diagnosed at an advanced stage, stage 3, stage 4, and a lot of time we struggle to treat these patients with curative intention. So we end up having less than 20% of our patients who are undergoing treatment, or between 20 and 30% who are undergoing treatment, being treated with curative intention, and those are the ones that we are celebrating here.
He insists that a cancer diagnosis is not a death sentence, saying the testimonies from the cancer survivors are a testament to that.
It is true, it is not a death sentence as it said, because there are people who have gone back to family life, others have gone to have children, others have gotten employment, others have... You had Uncle Zach talk about 16 years of survivorship despite the challenges, and many of these stories are across the country.
A message of hope not just for those who have survived and overcome cancer, but for those who are still battling the major public health concern, placing a greater burden on families, communities and the health system.
All of us are at risk for cancer, so we have to screen and spread the screening message. We have many cancers, and some of them we do not have specific ways of preventing it. But those ones which are preventable, which are mainly caused by infections, we can advocate for prevention strategies.
Chichi Josephine, TV 47.
So can we give our guests a big hand of applause?
Sports news brought to you by Maybets.
All right, let's now move on to some sporting action. Over 54 cars underwent scrutineering today in Torosay, Kajiado County ahead of the 2024 Rhino Charge. The 4x4 Motorsport race zooms off tomorrow with Mark Glenn seeking to defend his title. Our sports reporter Tony Kwalanda is in Torosay and has the latest from the car inspection exercise.
This is the area where all the fun will be happening here at the 2024 Rhino Charge. Now, just a while ago, there was a briefing. It's about around 6 p.m. And there was a briefing by the organizers who were speaking, of course, to the drivers, the crews, the runners, everyone, including spectators as well as even us, the media. And of course, the organizers were briefing everyone about safety measures, what will be happening tomorrow, what is expected about this particular event. And what we've picked out of this is that of course, you know already this, that all the drivers are expected to go through 13 checkpoints in the shortest time possible. Now, I've looked at the landscape and the terrain here at Torosay in Kajiado County, and let me tell you, I cannot wait to see how the action will unfold tomorrow. So everything, of course, is set. The cumulative distance of the 13 checkpoints is 26 kilometers. So that's basically has been known. The drivers have known that. The drivers are going to have an early rest. However, it's not all about just work here at the Rhino Charge. It's also about play. So as much as they will be thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow, they can just break a leg a little bit this evening just before they rest and be refreshed for the big day tomorrow, which also doubles up as the Madaraka Day celebration. So we'll be having a Madaraka Day, big celebrations here in Torosay, and I cannot wait, of course, to share with you all the results. So some of the big names around here: defending champion Mark Glenn in team number 48, the new entrant Gecko Chargers car number 46, the all-female crew of course, Agnes and the entire team, car number 50. They call them Heels on Wheels. And the entire, of course, we also have the likes of Stanley Kinyanjui and a host of other about over 50 drivers who are in this competition. Tony Kwalanda, TV 47 Sport, Torosay, Kajiado County.
Kwalanda. Very jealous of that action there. Looking forward to just look at that report tomorrow. Now, moving on, the athletics Kenya Masters team that represented the country at the Speed Masters Athletics Challenge 2024 in Shkodra, Albania, received a red carpet reception after jetting back to the country. Now, the team comprising 2 athletes managed to amass 8 medals, that is 7 gold and 1 bronze, during the 3-day challenge that was organized by the Albania Masters Athletics in conjunction with the European Masters Athletics. Grace Kidake, who's 39, a former national women's 400 meters champion, won 3 individual gold medals in 200 meters, 400 meters and 800 meters. She also teamed up with Great Britain to win 4 800 meters and 4x400 meters relays, where she won 2 gold medals to finish in 4th position overall. 50-year-old Simon Lois Saboy grabbed 2 gold medals in 400 meters men and 800 meters and settled for a bronze medal in the 200-meter race.
Na furaha hata siwezi sema, kwa sababu Masters imeonekana dunia mzima. Enyewe hata umri haijalishi, lakini inalingana jinsi umejipanga. Kwa hivyo Masters naishukuru, na nashukuru mwanzo katika idara yetu ya Athletics Kenya. Wamekuwa wadhamini wakubwa, wamekuwa karibu na sisi, wametuonyesha upendo, wametuonyesha jinsi inakaa tulindwe. Ndio maana unaona tulienda tukafanya hivi.
Kama ya leo ile nimeweza kupata furaha mingi, kwamba niliamua waje niende niakilishe nchi yangu katika Speed Masters. Nimeweza kimbia mwaka 18, sijawahi ingia timu ya kwenda nje kuona kwamba ni lini nitapata medali kama gold kuwakilisha Kenya yangu. Kweli nashukuru kwa AK Athletics ila niliweza kunikubalia kwenda kushiriki hiyo mbio, na wakubwa wangu wa Masters Athletics.
Sports news brought to you by Maybets.
All right, so we have come to the end of our first part of this Friday with me, Betty. Just look at the tweets. Thank you so much for all the conversations I'm seeing. Governor, the dreamer, you're saying, now you have a reason to stay home. Thank you so much. Looking at another one here from, all right. Oh, somebody's asking, ask KRG if he has any interest in joining politics. And you know what? He's actually here. KRG, ingia kwa set. How are you doing?
I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Sawa. Bro. Tumbasa na uko social media.
Walinikata simu, wanasema kuchuna.
Walikuchuna simu. Ni msema boda ama nani?
Yeah, some boda guy.
Umeipata?
Bado tumeilocate. Sitaki niwaambie juu last time niliwaambia mahali wako wakahama.
Achana na simu, swedi buga.
The thing is, iko na content yangu.
Yeah. Actually, you know, I had asked KRG to send me some pictures
I don't have anything.
He only has pictures from last week.
Imagine.
So,
because
all right.
I had not backed my phone for like a year and a half.
Okay.
Yeah.
Take us to the break and then we come back and then we have a sit down.
Yo, don't want some midday and buga. And then mkunywe maji alafu mkamu. Tubanje.
All right, see you in a few minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
Kila kiongozi ana hadithi yake ya kipekee.
Wazazi wangu walikuwa bit strict kwa sababu mamangu mwenyewe, mimi kutoka kuzaliwa sijailala nje.
The white small one, huyo ana sniff gunpowder na risasi na bomb. Alafu huyo mwingine ni ridgeback ana sniff simba.
Even the employees knows that, so when in the boardroom is the chairman, the CEO. And the rest of
what point are you a wife?
The minute you get to that inside that door, you become now the wife.
Na kila maamuzi wanayoyafanya hufichua mengi kuhusu utu wao na uongozi wao.
We see God blessing us, and we now realize the power of giving also has to be
rewarded back.
Kupitia kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi, tunakuletea mahojiano ya kusisimua na uchambuzi wa kina kuhusu viongozi wetu.
Pick your core business as the bigger stones. Put them in your diary first. Give priority the bigger things.
Usikose kila Alhamis saa 1:30 jioni.
In a world where challenges are as common as opportunities, there are those who dare to defy the odds. They are the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship isn't just about starting a business. It's about embracing uncertainty, pushing boundaries, and turning dreams into reality.
Hata ambao ni pesa ya kusave. Wallahi. Ambao mwaka ni pesa nyingi sana.
As long as you're earning something, there's always that opportunity to save. And you start with where you are.
The way we run the business is in a very unforgiving way, where every team member has to bring out their best.
So, to all the dreamers, innovators, and risk takers out there, remember, being an entrepreneur isn't just a job, it's a way of life. Join the journey. Become an entrepreneur. The Grind, Mondays at 7:30 p.m.
Here on Beyond the Limit, we celebrate the extraordinary achievements of individuals who redefine possibilities. In a journey of resilience and determination, these individuals demonstrate that limitations are merely stepping stones to greatness.
I'm Nancy Njoroge, a mother of 3. I have 2 girls and a boy who is Clinton and who is autistic.
When my heart got healed, I decided to come up.
All right, welcome back to this Friday. Glad that you're watching, you're still with us. So we have KRG, the Dawn. I've seen a couple of questions, but before we get to the interview, let me just bring in Willis really quickly. Willis, so that word that you showed us, I don't know if it's conglomeration, I don't know. Or you'll tell us later, is it?
You know, I first want people to try their tongues with it so that I can give the correct pronunciation of that word. You know, always, Betty, your English is always spot on. In fact, 98.9%.
Those who are doing farming
always, that's what I can tell you for free. But now, we have to try our tongues on the streets, and I don't know, Betty, if we are likely to have those who may be sending in their attempts using WhatsApp.
Yes.
That is you to inform us or to tell us whether they can do so.
Yes, absolutely, Willis. We'll be looking at WhatsApp and just see, like, you know, if anybody has actually gotten the, you know, the answer correct. So for our viewers, if you'd like to participate and actually pronounce that word, well, you know, there's a WhatsApp number on the captions down, and you can actually just talk to us and send a video. It could be anybody in the house. I would love to hear, you know, your trial. And of course, we'll be speaking to Willis a little bit later. But for now, Buga. Hiyo jina ilitoka wapi?
Hiyo jina nilipatiwa na rafiki yangu mmoja. Cause ilikuwa kitambo, tulikuwa tuko Mombasa ile time ya COVID. Kwa sababu everything was on lockdown.
Yes.
So nilikuwa nimeenda kind of holiday in Mombasa.
Holiday sa ya COVID, bro. Unaji cook.
Yeah, so you know Nairobi was kind of small.
Okay.
For us, and tulikuwa tumepata stress kwa manyumba. So we decided to drive down to Mombasa and stay there like for 3 months because nothing was happening in Nairobi.
3 months?
Yeah. So we were just there holding a vibe. Sasa unajua hakuna kazi, ni kukula tu miraa, akupiga story kwa beach.
You're used to the miraa
so my friend, we were there, so unajua sasa the only thing we can do is to plan about the future.
Yes.
So nikakuwa I have so many plans. So the guy was like, KRG, wewe unapanga hii mambo yote. Wewe ni boga. Like you don't get, there's no amount of money that I don't want to achieve. I want to achieve so much in life.
Yes.
So every day niko na new ideas. So nasema from this year to this year we do this. Nasema utatosheka lini wewe mtoto? Wewe unataka kuwa boga.
Na ikastick kabisa. Na miaka sijui ni miaka
50.
Ilitoka pia uko na maneno mingi sana. Where did that come from?
Okay, you see, miaka 650, so I read so many books and I watch so much movies.
You read books?
Yeah.
What are you reading now?
I'm reading 50 Cent.
50 Cent?
Yeah, The Law of 50 Cent.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've not heard about it.
Yeah, go and do a research about it. So, and I watch so much movies.
Yes.
But I don't watch movies. This is the fiction or adventure. I watch stories and they may exist of about empires. So like I've done Resurrection. I've watched Osman Kurulus. I've watched so many nimewatch movie mingi paka
tuseme tu umesahau yani
yeah, I've forgotten,
yes,
but
yes.
I know the concept.
Okay.
So I've been watching how people been doing business for ages. So nikaangalia hata mimi naweza rule hii dunia for 650 years nikipanga kazi yangu vizuri.
Unataka kuruli dunia?
Not the whole world as in rule
like
them, but in being in business for a very long time.
Yeah.
You know, because if I create a certain business that even if technology comes, you will not phase out my craft.
Yes, or legacy.
Then it will be passed down to the next generation. And the next one and the next one. For 650 years, we can dominate it.
I like that. Now, talking about ruling, your story, that story is profound. Yeah. Talking about ruling, one of the questions I've just seen on Twitter is, and it's actually a couple of people asking on X, does he want to go into politics?
Of course.
Okay, talk to us about that.
Yeah, I'm gonna...
So all this noise, all this, flamboyance we're seeing is heading to somewhere.
Of course it has to be an agenda. You cannot start there is no... I normally tell people, there is no a rich man who is stupid. They always know what they are doing. It's only that they cannot tell you exactly this is the agenda because you see it's a puzzle. You have to know from this year to next year I'm going to be doing this. Then from next year to the other year I'm going to be doing this, So first I started with music because I was young and I wanted to interact with the youth and know what they want. Now I know I'm going to convert what I'm doing into business. Then I organize myself because I want to transition my business from myself to my children. And then now I become a free agent. And then now I move to politics because once I'm in public office, I will not be doing my private business, so I want my kids to be doing the private business, and my family, my other family members. And then I got to become a public officer. I serve the public.
You serve the...
Yes.
What position would you want to...
I want to start with MP.
Okay, where? Which
I don't want to disclose. I don't want to kupatia watu wa panic saa hii. Unajua watu wakisikia Buga anataka MP and then also sitaki kuanza kutoa pesa matanga saa hii.
Tayari unatoanga pesa mingi Buga.
Yeah, so unajua sasa already natoanga pesa daily. Hata leo tumekuwa na video, tumekuwa na michango mingi. So I don't want, sasa unajua nikideclare ni pahali fulani sahi.
Sasa
na hawa watu wa hiyo mahali wako na namba yangu. Sasa they will make it my personal business, unajua.
Okay, so we'll come back to the conversation, KRG. But for now, I just want us to cross over to Bungoma County, of course, where the Madaraka celebrations will be held. And I understand that we have Governor Kenneth Lusaka on standby. Governor, how are you this evening?
I'm fine.
Yeah, it's great to see you, Governor. Maybe we can just talk to us about, so far, I mean, we've seen the preparations. So looks like everything is just, waiting for, the D-Day.
Yeah, actually, I can assure you that the mood here is high. There's a lot of expectation. I would say the air is pregnant with a lot of expectations because this is the first time that this is being held in Bungoma County since independence. So there's a lot of expectation. We are expecting that our people will be seated by 7 o'clock, because we expect His Excellency the President to come at 9 in the morning. So I just want to appeal to all those who will be attending to come early, so that they are able to get space early enough, and by the time the President arrives, everybody should be settled.
All right, just talking about the numbers, about 15,000, guests. What's the security situation like? Are we, ready to handle, that amount of people?
Yeah, of course, the planning for this year's Madaraka Day started way back in November last year, and all those aspects of security have been taken care of. The people will be vetted, those who are coming, to ensure that everybody who comes to the stadium is coming to celebrate the Madaraka Day celebration. So I think there's nothing to worry. It has been properly planned, and everything should be able to go as planned by all the teams, because we had a National Steering Committee chaired by a Permanent Secretary in Interior, and the County Steering Committee chaired by the CEC in charge of public administration.
All right, then let's just finally talk about, the benefits that are likely to come with this particular event.
One of the benefits, of course, is this stadium where the function is going to be held. We had started doing a pavilion, but thanks to the national government that has done phase 2, which has seen phase 2 is going to accommodate about 15,000 people. So the stadium has been put to very high standards, international standards. And I'm sure that even after the event tomorrow, we are going to have a canopy covering the entire stadium, which is one of the requirements for us to be able to host international matches. So one of the great benefits is this stadium. Another benefit, of course, now for the first time, we have a state lodge here in Bungoma. Remember, the only place which had a state lodge was Kakamega. So the President has been here since yesterday. He's here today. In fact, we've been having a meeting with the leaders, and that is something that has happened. We also have Matulo airstrip, whose runway had been dilapidated, but now the runway, which is 1.1 kilometer, has been rehabilitated and can now accommodate aircrafts without a big problem. And we are looking forward to purchasing more land so that eventually we make it an international airport with a terminal and all the infrastructure that goes with the international airport. We have also had the national government coming in to complement what the county government had done in terms of street lighting. If you go to Bungoma now, it's properly lit. Most of the roads also have been, the infrastructure around the stadium, most of the roads have also been done to bitumen standards from Maram, and some of them were also in a very bad shape. So these are some of the benefits that have come with hosting this Madaraka Day this year.
All right, Governor, thank you so much for speaking to us tonight. And of course, all the best tomorrow in the event. Thank you so much, Governor.
Thank you so much. Asante sana.
All right. All right, Governor Kenneth Lusaka there, just talking to us about the event tomorrow. And of course, our team will be on the ground. Sheila Chelangat is going to be bringing us all the details from 6:30 a.m., she promised. All right, now coming back to our conversation with KRG The Dawn. I was reading about you, and something very interesting is that you actually had a lot of your childhood in Kisii County.
Yeah.
Tell me about, hata unajua kuongea Kisii?
Yeah.
Hebu nisalimie, pia mimi najua kidogo.
Na KRG. Wanasema mbuyande.
Mbuya. In a Peter, but I know I can understand. So talk to me about that. How come?
You see, my dad never wanted me to grow like other kids. Like you grow with simple mentality. He wanted me to be complex and to be independent. So he always moved me from one point to the next one and give me challenges when I was young. I never grew up like other kids, like you have to be playing all the time. No, from school I was going to work, do something for myself, learn something new. In the evening we sit with him, he challenges me like that until I finished my primary, and then I went to high school in Kampala. Yeah.
All right, so
and I was always working. After school, I come back for holidays. I'm doing something in the club because we had a club in Kisii.
So ulianza mapema.
Nilianza hustle. Yani mimi sijui mambo ya kuchezaga. Mimi nimeishingi tu. I'm always working for money. Yeah, one way or another I have to make money, whether I'm in school or I'm doing something. Sijawahi kuwa tu eti sasa mimi nakani ridhika. Sijawahi ridhika na maisha.
Yeah. And I was reading something else that you were asked at some point, how much you're worth, and you said 4.2 billion.
Yeah.
Okay, how is that possible? What is it that you do? I know you've said before that I don't want to to disclose the things that I do.
Okay.
But what does KRG do?
Let me just put this thing clear, so that at least everyone, kila mtu atulia wache pressure.
Wengine wamesema ni wash, all those things. So what is it that KRG does?
People fabricate everything. You see, once they don't understand where you come from, they will always say things. First things first. Most of the money that I did not even get money. I got just properties, So these properties were there before even I was born. They were not mine. I just got them there.
How did you get them? Like
I inherited.
Okay.
And it is not by my wish. It is by chance.
So you had so many properties that were put in your name.
Yeah, because hii si mali yangu. Hata mimi nilikuta tu watu hapa wameishi duniani wakasema bokawe chukua hii. So and then actually I've never transferred anything to my name. I only oversee it because I don't want also watu wakuje kuzeeka waseme Bugao alikula mali. Me I only oversee and maybe chukua rent kidogo. Ingine watu family members wameoccupy. I've not even been there for a couple of years. So me ile kitu nilikula tu ni ile tu how do you say lease kidogo.
Ulikula lease kidogo na rent kidogo.
Nimekula hiyo nikajipanga sasa hata I don't want it anymore. Nitakuja kuwarudishia hiyo wazee wangu wapambane na pilipili na ndimu za maisha yao. Mimi ile kidogo nitajipanga naye nisukume watoto wangu kidogo niwagawie ile nimetafuta kwa sababu pia nimetafuta kidogo. And then I go back to work because now I'm building factories.
Factories for what?
Sasa hiyo sitaki kudisclose kwa
sababu disclose vitu mingi sana.
Unajua hii ni Nairobi bwana. Nairobi iko na wakora wengi. Ukidisclose mali yako pale iko wanajua kutandika Bugao unatuanga pale na pale na pale. And you see now me I will be going into politics very soon. So and politicians wanakuaga wakipigana vita. Bugao hataki kusikiliza maneno tuanga ile kiwanda, tuanga ile ni mali ya Bugao. And I don't want to leave my wife and my kids into trouble wanapigwa kwa sababu yangu. I want them to be very independent. We have their own business ile nitakuwa nimewajengea kampuni 5, 4, 6 hivi. Wanakula pesa yao polepole kama private citizens na mimi nipambane na magaidi huko mbele.
Nimeelewa kabisa. I talk about you said wife. I know you were previously married.
Yeah.
Kuna mwingine sasa umeoa tena. Ama you've just taken somebody's daughter.
No, listen. No. I have someone's daughter who I'm committed to and she's committed to me. So we are planning, we have our own plan. We have our own arrangement. So maybe in the near future tutakuja tuseme sasa harusi ni siku fulani. But I also have my kids. I have kids that I got in previous relationships. And I want it to be like that. I'm not seeing any other person. And I'm not interested. Right now I'm just interested in business and in arranging myself. So the only person out of the previous relationships, the only people that I took from the previous relationships are my kids. And the new person, sasa hawa ndo mimi nataka kuempower. Ndio hawa tunaenda nao kwa future.
Okay.
Yes.
And what kind of a father are you? Because KRG like uko nje, like if somebody who follows you kuna masinema mingi mnapigana huku. Like what kind of example do you want to set for your kids, especially with social media? They're growing, they're looking at what you're doing.
Yeah, okay. Now let me come back again. Okay.
Yes,
let me explain explain this. I live with my 3 of my sons.
Okay.
Just me and our nannies. Yeah, that's how we live. Me, my kids and my nannies. We talk every day. Before they go to school, they have to come check me up. After school, we meet again in the evening. So that's how we operate. If we are planning something, I'm always with them 100%. I'm hands-on. I'm a single parent, let me say. I'm a single parent of 3 guys. I do everything for them. No one else does anything for them.
You're really
from
insisting on that.
Yeah, I don't want anyone to take credit from me, because I want, when you see my kids in the future, say KRG did a good thing, or if you see them spoiled, just know it's KRG who spoiled the kids. Yeah, man.
What do you impact on your boys? I've seen you on social media, of course. They're there. Evidently, you love them so much. What is it that you'd want to impact
First
on
of
them?
all, I'm teaching them to be hustlers, because if in case one day I'm not there for them, they have to defend themselves. First of all, they need to know how to protect what I have, protect themselves, and be responsible. You know that there is no free lunch in this world. Everything that you get, just know somebody else paid for it. And if it's your turn, make sure you do it responsibly. Yes.
Okay, interesting. Now there are very many young people who follow you, and wanaona umsa kona do and everything. So every time that you interact with my youth, what is it that how do you inspire them so that they just don't see only little KRG, he's rich, he brags about his cars, his money, tukona sijui 10 million kwa gari. Like, how else do you lead the young people apart from what you show them?
First of all, you see, everybody akona 24 hours ya kufanya kazi. In these 24 hours, what do you do with your 24 hours? Me, my 24 hours, I think I sleep 8 hours. I pray 30 minutes. Then the rest ni kufanya tu kazi. Nakupanga meetings here and there. I try this and that, then go to the gym maybe later. I don't have free time. I don't have time to go and chill and start gossiping about other people. I don't even have time for myself even to go and do other stuff that I want to do, like chill out, be with friends, maybe go drink. Last time I think I was out is in February. I've never had time to go even for parties, not unless you're paying me for an appearance. I've not had time for that. I don't even have time to go and see my folks,
Right.
Yeah, man.
Okay, talking about the hustle also, I mean, you are affiliated to Kasavera.
Yeah.
What exactly happened? I know it has been tough for businesses, but what exactly happened that you closed down?
Okay, you see, our club business is like matatu business. Today it's the hottest thing, tomorrow is not the hottest thing. Because wase wamekam, you see, it's a public place. Everybody comes, they enjoy the ambience, the music, the food, the drinks. Then they get used to it. And then a new place opens, they move. You see, people who drink, there are not so many in Nairobi. Not everybody.
What do you mean?
There are not so many. Let me tell you, I've done this, I've done research. The faces that I've seen in my club, I go to another club, I see them. And then a new club, I see them. So you see, they're just a group, a set of, like...
There's a lot of people in the club.
3,000 people who drink, like drinkers.
It has to be more than that, KRG.
I am telling you, the drunkards in Nairobi are... Okay, wale wa mtaa, tunawajua. Wale wanakunywanga daily. Pali yao huko. But those spenders, they're not so many. I'll say they are like 3,000. So if you calculate Nairobi, around Nairobi alone, like high-end clubs, you go meet the bunch of these guys, they are just there, kasako lingine iko huko. So they move. So when a new place opens, they move. So apparently in our place of business, when we opened Kasavera from 2020 to 2023, we were the only club operating around hapo. So and then Quiver ikakuja pale juu, and then another club inaitwa sijui nani. Alafu kuna kingine hapo nyuma ikakuja, alafu tena hapo Gemini. Hapo wajamaa wakaboeka na hii mahali yetu iko open tu, ni ma DJ na chua. Wakaeta hizo mabasi zingine. So business ikakuwa iko chini. And then we said we've been in business, let's close down, we do renovation, then we come back with new strategies. Sasa that's what we are doing. Sasa tumepause kidogo. And then you see now, kai biashara yetu iko wengine walipata kiti wakaenda uheshimiwa. Mimi naye nikakuwa nimeenda vitu yangu. So kuna mwingine pia, alafu sisi tunakunywa sana. Tulikuwa tunakunywa. No, I was drinking. Now I stopped drinking completely. Now I'm very busy with other things because I want to do everything systematically. I don't want, you see now this business nilikuwa nafanya na partners. Now I need to create wealth for my boys, because you see now that time nilikuwa mdogo. Ni mimi tu nilikuwa najua mambo. Sasa naona vijana wangu wamekuwa wakubwa. The firstborn now is 12 years. So it's 7 years from now anataka pesa yake. So I need to start moving from working with other people into working with my own guys who sasa hii mali iko safe kabisa, kwa sababu hii watu wengine nikienda siasa watasema huyu alitajirika katuachia vitu. You get it?
Yes, yes.
So I need to...
So are you likely to open even by yourself, or you're done with that business completely?
No. Now my partners, we will see how we will have our own tuko na arrangement yetu. We will make someone ataran biashara, sisi atakutuwekea my M-Pesa sasa ile tunataka tuko dry.
Tuko dry. Coming to music.
Yeah.
What is next for KRG? Are you still taking it seriously ama umeamua sasa kwenda the other direction?
Sasa tumeanza sasa. For music.
Wewe KRG unashinanga ukianza ina na music.
Mimi ni young. I'm only 33. Bado mimi ni kijana. For music, I'm just beginning. You see, I started Fast Cash Music Group. Then I signed so many artists, and then all of them, they became stars. They left because they were there because they could not fund their audio and their videos. Now they reached a point, nimeona watu wangu wamegrow, but my agenda was very simple. I wanted famous people around me because I wanted to build factories and assign everyone. Kama ninatengeneza maji, na assign msanii mmoja anafanya promo ya maji. Mwingine anafanya then hawakuget idea yangu. So sasa wenye waligrow wakasema mzae, sisi manzejo tunajisimamia audio na video, mimi nataka kuwa independent. I cannot hold someone.
So you're saying they were ungrateful?
No, they were not all of them. Okay. Some were, but others were not ungrateful. I don't want to tumesha grow hii mambo ya kuchafuliana majina. Sasa sisi tumekoma, tunafanya sisi ni kioo ya jamii. Tuongee kabisa. Mtu akigrow wacha aende. Tusinyongane town kwa sababu ni chakula tu tunatafuta. Na maisha ibadilike ikuwe soft. Yache kuwa ngumu.
Okay.
So that's how it was. And then now, for me now, I wanted to become an international artist from Kenya. I wanted to change the mentality of hatutawai break your ice ya tutafika level fulani. So that's where I am right now. I have a couple of studios. I have one in Lavington, one at home, another one mobile one. We move around with it. So when I have like an artist friend who has come from maybe from their country, we want to set up a studio. We set up in maybe an apartment or maybe in a hotel. We record our music and then we plan about the video somewhere else, you know, or maybe if I want to travel to a different country, we travel with our small studio, we go record music and that's how it's gonna be. Hata nikikuwa MP itakuwa hivyo. Mjue kabisa mimi kutoka Thursday na Friday sikuji bunge. Mimi naenda kudance.
Hapo umeshachoma votes hapo hivyo.
No. You see, I will be working for my constituents. Plan ni kuwork kwa ground. Si kuja kupiga kelele town Nairobi hapo kwa sababu nataka kupata hiyo sitting allowance. But if I make myself be a star, I will get more investors to come and invest back in my constituency. So I will have to work harder as an entertainer at the same time as an MP.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Those are the only two things I'll be doing, an MP and an entertainer.
Now,
but in the meantime,
factories.
Yeah, in the meantime, because I'm not yet there, I'm going to be doing boxing. I want to beat Andrew Kibe.
I was going to ask about that. What is up with that?
No, this guy has been talking.
First of all, ile ingine, unaona ni kama uliperform vizuri.
Gani yo?
The other fight.
Ile Kasipul. Hayo ilikuwa tu jokes. Hiyo ilikuwa tuna test kama.
Hivyo ndo utagonga Kibe.
Kibe ndamtuanga mbaya sana.
Why? I hope you're doing it for maybe for charity or something.
Okay. First of all, I want to create some. I want to generate.
Do you guys don't like each other?
Completely. I don't like that guy.
Why?
He has been abusing our ladies.
Absolutely.
He has been abusing every rich man, every poor man. He has no dignity for humanity. So I have to beat him. Ndio apunguze hiyo kierere yake, changai simudanganye na hiyo urefu yake. Unajua this guy is bitter in life. He is old and he has not generated any wealth apart from smoking cigarettes, talking about the women and drinking. Hakuna kitu kingine yako naye. Sidhani hata kama watoto ameachia mali. So I want to beat him and tumpe pesa hiyo anataka.
Don't you think it's better if you just ignore him
no. Mimi I don't ignore.
Fights?
Mimi now I will set an example for the youths wenye wanakuja kutoka nyuma. Mtu mwingine asiongee sana. Akiongea sana wampatie appointment kwa ring. Padi kwa referee ukipiga yeye akiaga dunia wanasema walipigana kwa ring. Umenielewa? Then the money that will come from this fight, 10% ya hii pesa yote inaenda kurehabilitate watu wametumia miadarati, wakaharibu maisha yao, tuwatengeneze warudishe maisha yao vizuri. Kwa sababu the government has an agenda of trying to kutoa watu. Sasa hizi mimi niko na agenda yangu ya kuambia watu funga zip tuende job. tupunguze hii mambo kwa sababu vijana wengi wamepoteza maisha kwa miadarati na kuingia kwa mambo ya usherati. So tukifunga zip kama vijana tuende kazi, you will save some money because utapoteza pesa kwa hii mogokana, hii madawa, utagenerate some income, ujiempower so that by the time you want to marry, uko na kitu mama anaweza shikilia hata sofa set ama TV, lakini hii kajing na kajong, nothing will keep in the pocket.
So tungoje August 10th
Tuanga kabisa. Yes.
Interesting. We were looking forward to that. Yes. There's something I have to ask you. Do you do manicures? Your fingernails are actually pink.
Of course, yes. You have to take care of my body.
My goodness, but that's pink nail polish.
It's not pink.
It is pink nail polish.
No,
honestly, just zoom into. Look
it's not pink. It's clear.
Pink.
It's my hands that are pink.
Si mimi niko hapa na wewe KRG.
Sasa wewe unaona kona bwana. Wewe angalia mzuri. It's damu ndio iko na red.
I can ascertain you guys it's in pink. Anyway, KRG, nice speaking to you. What is the last message you have for all your fans out there? Encourage my youth. Anything as we wind up.
Let me check if I have an agenda that I wanted to speak about and nasijaongea.
Okay.
All right. Oh, okay.
Tumeongea about everything.
Yeah, no, tujamaliza. Okay, unasema
kuna tunataka kusema na feel hujasema bado.
The only mimi kuna mambo nimekuwa nikiona huko online, hata nikiingia kwa newsroom niliona watu wanapiga president sana vita hapa. Kwa sababu wanasema ameenda na ndege sijui nini. First of all, you need to respect our elders. Our elder, like, you know, a president is like a father of the whole nation. Na wazee na watoto na wanani, watu wote wako chini ya president. You see, for you to be respected by your neighbors, your father has to dress well, he has to move in a style. You cannot be fighting president kwa sababu eti alichukua amepanda ndege, ameenda Amerika na group ya watu wengi hata hawezi toshea KQ, mnaanza kupiga kelele mingi. Hata akitumia 1 billion na atulete sisi 50 billion, tutasema kwa ile 50 minus 1 billion. Na najua president wetu hayakutumia hiyo pesa. You see, people have to stop hiyo mambo yao propaganda projo mingi kwa sababu wanataka political mileage and look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture is right now in East Africa, there is no country like ours. We have been stable for the longest time, I guess, since independence. Hakujawahi kuwa na vita ya more than 1 month apart from ile maybe 2007. Ikakuwa kidogo hivi ikadestabilize nchi yetu, lakini ukiangalia these other countries wako far behind us. And we are looking to bring back investors from various countries. We don't want to lock ourselves in a small cocoon ama tujiweke blanket. We only want to deal with the Chinese. We don't want Americans. We want all investors, whether wewe ni German, Italian. Bora umekuja kuleta investment na vijana wetu wapate kazi na to generate income. We are welcome. You are welcome. Come do business with us. And that's what our president is doing.
Okay.
He wants to make every county enye iko na resources fulani my investor wakuja invest so that people can get employment, watu waache kufanya ukora. Wengi waache
people have different opinions. It was also coming at a time when, you know, a lot of people are struggling, you know, misinformation here and there. Pia wezi kasirikiwa Kenya because wamekasirika.
No. You see, now bitterness will not solve our problems. We have to look, you see, we have to face the good side of life, not always the gloomy side of life. Kwa sababu right now everybody is faced on tunaumia. Okay, kesho sasa mambo ikikuwa best in the world, tutaanza kupiga nani makofi? Sasa tutakuwa tunampigia makofi, but we need to give people credit when they are doing something nice.
Okay.
You know,
All right, for the young people, you know, like people who follow you, they are watching, they are excited to see you coming on the show. What can you leave them with?
I will just say, you see, hii life ni kujipanga jo. Hakuna rahisi, haijawahi kuwa rahisi. Hii life ni kujipanga.
Wewe ulipata rahisi hiyo,
hakuna rahisi. Hata hiyo iko na vita mingi. Iko wazee huko wananingojaga na panga. Wewe unadhani rahisi?
Wapi huko?
Si kwa village nikienda huko wanauliza wapi pesa? Hakunaga kitu rahisi dunia. There is nothing free in this world. Everything, vita zenye watu wanapigananga behind the scenes, people don't know. People only see saa ile wao unapiga sherehe na una enjoy maisha na una look mzuri, but behind the scenes people don't know. There are sometimes even you go for a week without speaking to some people and ni watu wa familia yako. And si rahisi, hiyo ni stress pia. So if you cannot deal with the stress, you cannot deal with success.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. KRG, the Don Buga. It was nice speaking to you. Hope you may enjoy.
I have enjoyed. It's only that time tuko na kidogo.
Uoni kama muongee imetosha.
Mimi naweza ongea 3 hours.
Hiyo ingine tunaweza ongea huko social media huko hapo Instagram.
Tena kuchemshana huko online.
Tangoja hiyo August 10th ukishindwa. Wewe utakuwa umetufanyia vibaya sana.
Haijatokea.
Haijatokea. All right, so thank you so much, KRG the Don. I hope you're enjoying the show. That conversation was absolutely fantastic. And you know what? Remember, we have Willis the Word Master is going to be joining us in just a few minutes. But for now, you know the drill. Just coming to our guest anchor. My gosh, you guys will love this gentleman. KRG, unajua umse? Benoma Lines. Umemjua sana. Okay, you guys. So I have to introduce you to this guy, Benoma Lines. Ni aje?
Sapi
Umuseo?
Ni museo.
Umuseo? Nesa muno?
Ungeka idetu wacha.
Wacha inge. Oh, it's so good to see you, uko poa?
Niko sapi.
So guys, this guy, I was introduced to him by Chipukizi. Na yani, wewe ni interesting. Unakumbuka hiyo school nilipatia maua?
And you know, another one.
You have another?
With the best.
Hii accent ulitoa wapi?
Nilichagua nao, man.
Man.
Calling. Nyakukam. English. Natural.
Sasa utaweza kusoma news leo?
Of course. Journalist msima.
Wewe ni journalist? For real? Na mbona hujaingia kwa TV station yoyote?
Sasa.
Ama niongee na mabosi hapa?
Sasa nikikupukuza kazi alafu.
Mimi unifukuza job.
Wacha ni wait my turn. Hautakaa polepa.
Wewe acha kusema hivyo. How can he say that? Okay. So guys, this is Benoma Lines. You should follow him on his social media. An interesting guy. I mean, that accent kills me every time. Wewe ni Mkamba ukweli ama ni accent uliiba yetu?
Poolcast Kamba. Poolcast. Ya app. E-app.
Poolcast.
Yeah. Pool like see upcast. Pool.
Sawa bena, sawa basi. Aya, uko ready kusoma news? Ebu jaribu. Actually, sikia, tufanye hivi. Wacha natupumue kidogo. So we'll take a short commercial break, but we're coming back in just a minute or under a minute, and then we're going to hear Benoma Lines reading the news. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Kila kiongozi ana hadithi yake ya kipekee.
Wazazi wangu walikuwa bit strict kwa sababu mamangu mwenyewe, mimi kutoka kuzaliwa sijailala nje.
The white small one, huyo ana sniff gunpowder na risasi na bomb. Alafu huyo mwingine ni Ridgeback ana sniff Simba.
Even the employees knows that. So when in the boardroom is the chairman, the CEO, and the rest of.
At what point are you a wife?
The minute you get to that inside that door, you become now the wife.
Na kila maamuzi wanayoyafanya hufichua mengi kuhusu utu wao na uongozi wao.
We see God blessing us, and we now realize the power of giving also has to be rewarded back.
Kupitia kipindi Mfahamu Kiongozi, tunakuletea mahojiano ya kusisimua na uchambuzi wa kina kuhusu viongozi wetu.
Pick your core business as the bigger stones. Put them in your diary first. Give priority the bigger things.
Usikose kila Alhamis saa 1:30 jioni.
In a world where challenges are as common as opportunities, there are those who dare to defy the odds. They are the entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurship isn't just about starting a business, it's about embracing uncertainty, pushing boundaries, and turning dreams into reality.
Hata ambao ni pesa ya kusave. Wallahi. Mbomo waka ni pesa nyingi sana.
As long as you're earning something, there's always that opportunity to save. And you start with where you are.
The way we run the business is in a very unforgiving way, where every team member has to bring out their best.
So, to all the dreamers, innovators, and risk takers out there, remember, being an entrepreneur isn't just a job, it's a way of life. Join the journey. Become an entrepreneur. The Grind, Mondays at 7:30 p.m.
Here on Beyond the Limit, we celebrate the extraordinary achievements of individuals who redefine possibilities. In a journey of resilience and determination, these individuals demonstrate that limitations are merely stepping stones to greatness.
I'm Nancy Njoroge, a mother of 3. I have 2 girls and a boy who is Clinton and who is autistic.
When my heart got healed, I decided to come out to be creating CP awareness, to let other people know that there is such a condition, and people that has it is not that they are witches.
Together, let's go beyond the limit every Saturday at 8 p.m.
Welcome to The Realtor, where we take you on an exciting journey from bare life.
Right here on TV 47. I hope you're enjoying the show. Willis is coming up shortly, but before then, our guest anchor, Bena Wamalines, is ready to read for us the news. Uko tayari?
Niko tayari.
Aya, so introduce yourself, alafu take it away.
Kama kawa kamandawa, Moldio, Kalimbu TV 47, the home of untold stories. Kama leo, umeiawea? Aha. Transport activities in Meru town were paralyzed inaenda where? Okay. Sorry guys, sorry. Usikimbize teleprompter tafadhali. Slow again, ingine tu slow linders. Transport activities in Meru town were paralyzed following protest by Madhili. Stakeholders accusing the counting gap up interfering with the elections and we killed your Peter. Blinded passengers were forced to seek alternative means to different destinations. Magarini MP Abdullah was forced to intervene on the issue. Anatupatia
na viongozi wa matatu nikawaomba kwamba wasitishe hii mgomo ndio tujue chanzo ya mgomo ni nini. Wamenieleza vitu 2-3 na pia nimeongea na ofisi ya governor na nimesikia kwamba wameitana wote, watakuwa na mkutano na governor Alhamisi hiyo ingine, so nimewaambia wavunje hiyo mgomo ya leo, waache watu wafanye kazi. Na unajua pali nyingi ya abiria wamepoteza wakati wanakuja kufanya kazi, na leo ni siku ya Jumaa ikiwa show pamoja na siku ya soko, so wameniitikia wale wa mgomo. Nimeongea na chairman wa Menya Paul na amezungumza na wengine, so at least kwa saa hii mgomo imevunjwa, wamesitisha. Ningeomba kama ni group yote mbili zikutane, kama ni wanataka kukutana na governor wakutane, wamalize hiyo mambo ya mzozo. Hatutaki vita ya matatu hapa town.
Okay. Unataka kuendelea? Imetosha.
Wamesikia mambo kwa ground.
Oh my goodness, please guys, help me rate Bena Wamalines, capability of reading news. He says that, he's just waiting for me to finally retire and then he can come and sit here on the hot seat.
She must retire. Neta tongewa. Index ni mbingi yani. Esa songeo tu.
Tukuweko anka. Hebu tujaribu.
Eliata ni kwa translator.
Okay, sasa tujaribu kusoma kama good evening and welcome to this Friday with me, Betty Kialo.
And with me, co-anchor Nambe Wamalines.
Nambe. Thank you so much, Bernard, for coming through. You may appreciate.
Nime appreciate pia.
Thank you so much.
Nimepilipiti. One more thing.
Yes, please.
Unajua sinjui mbona uninda ingi mbedi.
Ati sikudai.
Ulikam so nikakupa ndima sawandi. Ambu ngesi leo nimekam na what?
Umekam na nini?
Yes, si ungesi past.
Sijui flowers ama ni nini?
Ona, andi nimekam na matching outfits.
Inaka.
Usipungulia hapa hivi ni tatili.
Ana naogopa kufungua.
You see?
Oh, sasa iko matching, eh?
Sasa utakata mtu kaa huyu kwa haya, andi tuko na matching outfits. Aki mbedi.
Manze, ini vacation, adunga kesho. Kesho utaona nimepost Instagram.
Ni utoa musi, yali nirundi na tuko, nipewa next. Autakula la hizi.
Okay, sawa. Manze, thanks. You guys, I'll rock these ones. Alafu nitakutag. Sawa?
Sansa kulok tu.
Usijali kwa sawa.
Basi tupata nini tupingane kabisa na kupost. Mboto.
Okay, tutapatana alafu tutapiga picha sawa? Ama tutapiga size tukimaliza show sawa?
Alafu nitaenda uniambie mkono hao.
Uambie nini?
Si alikuwa na expect.
Usilie bro. Acha hizo. Nataka nakurumia ya ukweli.
Nitabi tu.
Utaki kunisalimia iko sawa?
Wazuri mbando anjazadio.
It's okay, thank you so much.
But sinjazeeka sana.
Uko hujazeeka sana. Kidogo tu but iko sawa. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Amalines, please follow him on his Instagram. He's so dope. Like, I really like him in the Kamba accent. Man, I'm to represent vizuri. Thank you so much.
Sabi.
All right. Unaweza kaa tu hapo kidogo. Sawa?
Okay.
Uko sawa?
Niko sabi.
Okay, guys, just for... Okay, guys, you know what? Join me here on the big screen as we just take a look at, you know, some of the tweets, the things that... All right, let's go to... Okay. All right, let's go to the likes. Let's see what... okay. All right. Okay, all right. Let's go back. All right, let's just go back and just take a look at some of the tweets. What you're saying online. All right. Okay. So, of course, you can see, like, you know, the comments about KRG, the Dawn. All right. There we go. All right. That's the interview that we had. Okay. Thank you so much. I can see some compliments. I really appreciate it. All right. So, we'll just take a look after a few minutes, and we'll be able to get some of the feedback that, of course, you have been doing. For now, though, let's be able to join Willis, the wordmaster from Kisii County. All right, so we're patching up Willis in a few minutes. Remember, there's that word that he had actually introduced. All right, and right, so there's that, of course, you know, word. There's that word, of course, that we had given you earlier, and we'll be hearing from Willis, the word master, with regard to how it is actually pronounced. Keep the tweets coming on X, and we'll be looking at them before we actually wind up the show. All right, so we're still waiting. Okay, so let's just take a look at some tweets as we continue to wait for Willis, the wordmaster, to join us. Okay, let's see. All the best, Buga. That, of course, is with regard to KRG, the Dawn. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Engineer Philip. I can see your comments. I appreciate it. You're saying that you're tuned in. That is really, really great. Thank you so much. And yeah, so for now, let's actually just join Willis, the wordmaster. We have him. Willis, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Betty.
Okay, great, Willis. I've been waiting for this moment. I hope you've been enjoying the show with KRG, of course, Governor Lusaka, and Benawa Malines, the guy who has this Kamba accent that is just so deep.
Great stuff, Betty. Like the man who has just talked there has reminded me about some song. I used to hear some song like Fundamento, something like that. And then one time I also told somebody to say roaring lion, and the person told me a lolling lion. But Betty, first language influence is nobody's wish.
Yeah,
it happens.
Absolutely, Willis. Thank you so much. Yeah, I know, lolling, that sounds like my people. Yes. All right, Willis, let's get straight to it. Of course, there's that word that you had, prompted at the start of the show. But for now, though, I want us to just begin with the words that we had prepared. And this first one, I'll just spell it out, M-A-C-H-E-T-E. How do we go about that one, Willis?
Oh, Betty, you say machete, machete. You don't say machete, and you don't say machete, which many people find themselves saying, but the right pronunciation of that word, Betty, is machete.
Okay, you said machete, right?
Machete.
Okay.
With a stress on the second syllable.
Okay, got it, Phyllis. Okay, let's now move on to the next one. Yes. Do we say conspicuously, or is there any other alternative pronunciation for that?
Betty, the correct pronunciation of that word can be a bit surprising to many people because many people say conspicuously. Conspicuously, no. You say conspicuously, conspicuously, missing at the function, not conspicuously.
Okay, conspicuously. Is that so?
Conspicuously.
Conspicuously. Got it, Willis. Conspicuously. Yes. Got it. All right. Now this one, we've been hearing a lot of journalists, especially reporting from Bungoma, saying stadium. Which is which, Willis?
Betty, the word is a bit tricky because of the spelling. You see, English is not a language that is pronounced the way words are spelled. There are certain words like dog, banana, and milk. Yes. You can pronounce such words the way they are spelled. But when you come to this word, Betty, you say stadium. Stadium. Stadium, no.
Okay.
Stadium, no. Stadium, no. The correct pronunciation is stadium.
Stadium. Got it, Willis. Thanks for that.
Yes.
Moving on to this word, B-I-Z-Z-A-R-E. How do we go about that?
As I always say, Betty, none of us can be perfect. You've just had a small error there. If you may get back to that word, we have only a single Z, and then we have double R.
Oh, absolutely.
For the word
bizarre.
Yeah. Bizarre. A bizarre incident.
Okay.
So you don't say bizarre the way many people innocently say.
Yes.
It's bizarre. Bizarre.
Okay. Bizarre. Got it, Willis. Okay, moving on to this other one. S-U-I-T-E. Do we say sweet, suit? How do we go about that?
Oh, Betty, when we say suit, suit, that is S-U-I-T, suit, which you can also pronounce as suit, a civil suit or suit.
Okay.
When you have what you are wearing, you can talk also of a suit. But Betty, when we have that E at the end, you say sweet.
Okay.
Sweet, not suit, like a presidential suite. Just like the word S-W-E-E-T.
Okay.
Sweet, not suit. You have heard people talking about en suit. Have you heard that?
Yes.
You've heard that, but you say en suite. En suite, not en suit.
En suite. Now,
en suite. En suite. That is the pronunciation of that word or the phrase.
Okay.
Yeah, en
suite.
Interesting. Not en suit.
Okay.
Yes.
On sweet. That's a surprise. That's a surprise, Willis. Okay, moving on to this other one. Do we say legend? Is that the correct pronunciation?
Legend.
Yes.
Betty, many people say legend. Legend. I am a legend. That is not accurate.
Yes.
You say legend.
Legend.
A legend. And legendary. Legend, legendary. Just the way you pronounce it, Betty.
Okay, that's also interesting. Now this one, Willis, do we say Siamese twins, which is which, Willis?
You're talking about conjoined twins?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, you say Siamese. Siamese, not CMS, not CMS. You say Siamese twins. Siamese twins. Betty.
Okay, Siamese twins it is. All right, Willis, that is it from my end.
Yes.
Of course, there's the collections of the week. Willis can take us through that.
Yes, now let me just go straight to that because I've realized that we are having an influx of so many questions, Betty.
Yes.
But Sandra Kawera of Meru, you say prejudice. Prejudice, not prejudice. Joel Onyango, a.k.a. Joe Cool of Nairobi, you say often. Often, but you can also say often. Augustine, many people say Augustine, Betty, but it's Augustine. Augustine Ogara of Kosele Oyugis, you say fuel or fuel. Don't say fuel. That word is not pronounced the way it is spelled. You say fuel or fuel, not fuel. Peter Walker. I have seen Peter Walker sending a word that is teleprompter. Teleprompter. I just seen it coming in or what we have streaming in.
Yes.
It's teleprompter. Or you can call it auto cue.
Okay.
And it has another word, mischievous. Mischievous.
Okay.
Betty, don't laugh at me.
How
can you listen to me now? Mischievous. Mischievous. How many times do you hear that?
All the time.
Mischievous.
All the time.
Locally,
yes.
many people say mischievous.
Mischievous
but
behavior.
we don't have such a word in English. The word that we have is mischievous. Mischievous. Vias, no. Just like grievous harm. Get it from me. You can check after this, or even you can check right now.
No, we trust
we
you.
We don't have mischievous. We have mischievous. Mischievous. And then we have grievous. Yes.
Got it.
Then we have Gideon Nzagi of Mwingi.
Yes.
Gideon, that exclamation, you can say whew or few. That is when you are expressing some surprise or when you are very tired and all that.
Okay.
Few or whew, an exclamation. Marianne Nekesa of Bungoma. Betty, this is another one.
Tell me.
Do you hear people saying Jews and Jewish? You've heard that?
Yes, Willis. Jewish.
Betty, that is why sometimes I say, let English be English. Even though it's not purely English, but let English be English. So you say Jews, Jews, not Jews and not Jewish. Then we have Omondi at Don_0168.
Yes.
You say gubernatorial, not gubernatorial. That one is about the job of a governor.
Yeah.
Guba, not gaba. Gubernatorial. So Betty, the list is so long, but let me just, because these guys have been sending in so many words, let me just sum them up or put them together or summarize.
Yes.
Waweru Maina, SK Miano, Zach Mainga, Keith Ho Ramirez, Dominic Kiprono, Felix Mutinda, Johannes Mwagidaka, Bruno Shioso, Inspector Yusuf, Otieno Wycliffe, Baba Xavier, Stephen Mgina at Kibe Great, Helen Samba and Karumba Gadoni of Gatundu South. Let me handle only one word for each of you.
Okay.
Algebra. National, not national. Colonel or colonel, not colonel. Headache. Compulsory. Hyperbole. When we talk about that stylistic device, when we have exaggeration in literature, you don't say hyperbole. It's hyperbole. Then we have Niger. Niger is a country. We have Niger Delta, Betty.
Yes.
But that country we say
Niger.
Niger. Then we have continuity, albeit, and lastly, hitherto. Hitherto.
Okay.
Betty, do you have any other? Because I'm also seeing somebody, Beatrice Kuria of Ukunda, huko Pwani. We also have Agri Cross. Agri, you say, is theat or estheat. And then Brian Odeo of Eldoret, you say epitome. Epitome, February, and lastly, you say debris. Don't say debris. Debris or debris, not debris. Otherwise, Betty, let English be English. Anything from your side?
Yes, Willis. Oh my goodness, those words. Yeah, today you've gotten it. You just got it 100%.
Yes.
Willis, the first word that we know when we started the bulletin, you talked to us about, and we have actually, some bites from, Kenyans. Let's hear if you're able to pronounce that word correctly, Willis. And then we come back to you.
Conglomeration. Conglomeration. Conglomeration.
Conglomeration. Conglomeration. Conglomeration. Conglomeration. Conglomeration.
Conglomeration. Conglomeration. Ni hivyo kweli lakini conglomeration.
Conglomeration. Conglomeration ni hivyo.
Conglomeration. Conglomeration. Congratulation. Conglomeration. Conglomeration. Conglomeration.
I think I've even had congratulations. Willis, talk to us about that word. Always such a charm listening to Kenyans with
Betty,
these words.
we can't be perfect as human beings, but some of these words, which we call mouthfuls or tongue twisters, can be a bit tricky for anyone. Anyone, not even in England, can you find everybody speaking good English. By the way, Betty, standard English is for people who are in careers of serious communication. Not everybody uses it. But what you say, conglomeration. Conglomeration. So you say conglomeration when you are talking about a group of things or different things which are found in one place. Conglomeration. So Betty, you got it right.
Yes.
But the person who has really made my night for tonight is that person who has talked of conglomeration or conglomeration. Na unajua akajipata akiongea Kiswahili, umesikia?
Nimesikia Willis, kumbe pia unaweza ongea Kiswahili na kisikia ni Kiswahili sanifu sana.
So hapana, unajua Kiswahili ni lugha yetu Betty, hatuwezi kujifanya hata ujue Kiingereza kwa kiwango kipi, lakini bado utaongea Kiswahili. Sasa wacha nilete neno ambalo linashtua watu. Si kushtua, lakini watu wanashangaa kwani ni hivyo. That is our surprise word for tonight, Betty, is this word. It's a common word, especially in school. But many people mispronounce this word as geometry. Geometry is like saying geology instead of geology. Geothermal, geology, geography. And then this word, Betty, you say geometry. You can see the phonetic transcription which I have given down here for those who may understand it. So you say geometry and not geometry the way many people say. But as I always say, we have to try, and they have the chance because on TV 47 every Friday night, this segment, which is which, inside that big program or the big show called This Friday with Betty, they will always learn a lot, and we are ready to answer their questions. And don't say questions, questions. Betty, can you say questions?
Questions.
You are tough.
Willis, tonight's lesson, I've really enjoyed tonight's lesson, Willis. That was fantastic. And my biggest surprise was actually Augustine, not Augustine. I'm sure even they pronounce their names wrong up until tonight. Augustine, that was a surprise for me.
That is true, Betty. Many people say Augustine, but it's Augustine. And Betty, if they want to reach me the way I see people sending words, even throughout the week, they can always use at Willis Ochieng1 on X. X is about the Twitter.
Yes.
So the handle is right here. At Willis Ochieng1 will get the words, or you send it to at Betty M. Kialo or at TV47 News, and we will always give them the answers every Friday night.
Wow.
Otherwise, Betty, that is a lovely work. Good job.
Oh my goodness. No, good job to you, Willis. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. I've enjoyed tonight's lesson. I can't wait for next week. Till then, keep that smile, Willis, and I'll see you next week, Friday, God willing. Thank you so much, Willis, the word master there, joining us from Kisii County, talking to us about those difficult pronunciations. All right, so now we have the tweets. So let's just take a look at some tweets before we wind up the show. And I really appreciate all the comments and everything. Cosmos Oraka Matati, you're saying you're watching from Butere. That is nice. Good. Haji Mustafa, you're saying the show looking exquisitely great. Thank you so much. Thika Icon, you're saying that you're watching from Thika Makongeni. Show imeweza mbaya. I appreciate that comment. Betty Mgote KRG the Don. Well, he's out of here, but I'm sure he's still, watching live from Kabete and enjoying the show. Buga and Bena are such a vibe. Actually, Bena is still here. Come, we can the show pamoja. All right, your dreams are valid. Waiting for that challenge between Buga and Kife. All of us tunangoja tuone nani atashinda hiyo. Unaona nani akishinda hiyo fight? Kibe ama KRG?
Hata mimi wenye watamaliza nitapitia wina. Ni kama Peter inaleta ndo. Inaleta ndo, by the way.
Na hasira.
Unakasirikia kila mtu.
Hiyo accent yako unaongea hivyo kila saa? Ama hiyo ni yako, yani hiyo ndio wewe uko?
Mimi niko ipo. Si ipo ya ipo like ipo,
yani uko
niko ipo.
Uko hivyo.
Just like that. Oh, ipyo.
Hivyo.
Mdete segment ya Kiswahili sanipu tafadhali.
Hapo utanoa kabisa. Lakini uko sawa Bena, uko sawa, usichange. Uko fiti.
Mtaninget tu.
Tutakuelewa tu.
Happy.
So, uko poa?
Niko happy.
Unatumalizia show? Umeenjoy show? I've really enjoyed having you here in studio.
Nimeplaya. Maybe you.
Watu kupatiaje ndio tukufollow huko mtandaoni?
Social media zote. Bena wa Malines.
Bena wa Malines. Sasa, earphone, evo pate.
Utastop lenge. Nobody can stop lenge.
Ameka.
Welepa, awepa, uwepa.
Ameka hiyo kamba ya nini? Basi iko sawa.
Nindo mziki nisikie kwa ndani, mle ndani.
No one can stop reggae. Thank you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Bena wa Malines. I appreciate Tembe. Tukiongea mastori.
Tunamalizanga hivi.
Yeah, so thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys watching the show. All the feedback about the interview, Bena wa Malines. I'll see you again next week Friday, same time, right here on TV47. Where? Home of?
Home of Untold Stories. What is here where?
Up at TV47. All right, guys, have a great weekend, and thank you so much for watching. Bye. Good night.
Enjoy your evening.